Hey gang, Retroman Dan here, coming at you with issue 7 of Sega Visions magazine. As you can see, from winter of 91/92, and we got Sonic zipping right off the Game Gear screen there. So let's zip on in. See, we got a nice layout, a bunch of Tengen games, a lot of classics. Here we got Paperboy, Miss Pac-Man, Pit Fighter, Road Blasters, all pretty decent games. I mean, Pit Fighter's probably kind of a so-so game, I guess. But yeah, Road Blasters was a great arcade port. Paperboy was pretty spot on too. And of course we got a baseball game. Alright, we'll continue on. Here we got the table of contents. I'll zoom in for a quick second. Alright, and over here you can see we got Chuck Rock. I remember renting this game one time at least, and I wasn't terribly impressed with it. I mean, the graphics looked great, I mean, control was fine, but it just, I don't know, it just felt too slow compared to, like, say, Ghouls and Ghosts, which is kind of similar in nature, but I don't know, just didn't really capture my attention, so leave it at that. Alright, letter from the publisher. You know, I'm not even going to bother asking Manny Bit because I know he'll say no. So we'll just zoom in real quick. Alright. Over here we got Corporation. I never played this. It kind of reminds me of the game Zero Tolerance, which I've only played a little bit of, where it was kind of one of the earlier first-person shooter attempts on the Genesis. I don't know if this was received very well or reviewed very well. I mean, it looks kind of cool, but yeah, never played it. Alright, I got the Game Doctor here. Alright, Minibit, shall we read a question out from here? Well, alright then, I guess I'll just zoom in as usual. Let you guys read it. Alright, and then here we got a nice layout for Terminator. Again, I think I've mentioned this before, but the Genesis version was okay, very tough, compared to the Sega CD version, which was actually a little more playable, and actually able to get somewhere. But this was still pretty cool for the time. I remember renting this one before the Sega CD version came out. It was still fun, but definitely difficult. Very cool though. Oh, this page. I remember seeing this and I'm like, oh, I want that Sonic hat, I want that wallet, I want this poster, I want these 2 shirts. Thought those are all pretty cool. Even the little Game Gear bags, I should say. But yeah, this is a cool little layout here. Got me a little excited. So, alright, next page. And here we've got the order form. Well, this stuff was actually pretty inexpensive. Yeah, I did end up getting an arcade stick there. And then over here we got some Renovation Gains. Honestly, I've only played 2 of them, and that'd be Ease and El Ventino. And ease was only for a second because I put it on emulation and I just wanted to make sure it worked properly for a little bit. Valentino has been on a number of Genesis game collections that are on the newer systems. So I've tried it before, it never really got that far into it. But as far as the other ones are, I've never played any of these. I vaguely remember Exile, simply because they had an ad layout. In one of the other magazines, it was kind of a, I don't know, claymation type style ad. It was very memorable. It had like this demon face and then this little like sultan with his saber drawn, ready to attack. But these other ones, I've never, I mean, I've heard of Beastmaster. I think I remember seeing screenshots, just never really caught my interest. And this one I never heard of, or never seen, I should say. Vapor Trail, I'm pretty sure that one I've seen pictures for too. That was like a top-down shooter. But yeah, my experience with these ones were pretty darn limited. Been meaning to get back into Ease though. Alright, over here we got another little segment on Chuck Rock. Rolling Thunder 2, great game. I love the first one in the arcade. This one was great, great rental. I rented that quite a few times. And also the sequel, Part 3. Both very good. F-22 Interceptor, again, this was a simulation game that looked kind of similar to the old Commodore 64 game I had. So I just couldn't really get into those back then. Oh, and over here we got Pac-Man, and then that baseball game for Game Gear. Oh, these are both Game Gear. Uh-oh, over here we got Are You a Genesis Genius? Part 3. What do you say, Minibit? Shall we go through this? Alright, let's jump in here. Let's go with number 15 here. F-22 is... I'm gonna have to say D. Alright, let's go over to the next one here. What's one of the worst ways to die while playing the Immortal? Yeah, I'm gonna have to go with letter C on that one. Although they all do sound kind of ridiculous, but I guess Baby Spiders seems more doable, I guess? I don't know. Alright, John Madden, I'm not gonna know anything about this one. John Madden Football, 92. The new run and shoot offense is... I have no idea. I'm gonna have to go with B. That sounds doable. Sounds like something you would do. Alright, next page. Alright, here we got Shadow the Beast. In Shadow the Beast, you must fight everything but... I guess letter E. That would make sense, because, yeah, it just does. Alright, let's go over here. What is Marble Madness? Let's go with letter D on that one. That one's basically what the game is. And down here we got Robocop. Well, James Bond 3, I believe, is what it was. What does Robocop, the super sophisticated secret agent, use to fly? Well, this one I didn't know, because I only played this like a millisecond back in the day. But from the picture, I'm going to have to say it's the tub. Letter D, it's bathtub. Okay, and over here we got the best weapons in Buck Rogers' Countdown to Doomsday are... gonna have to go with letter B on that one. But again, I never played this game, so couldn't tell you, but I'm pretty sure it's that one. Alright, and then over here, we got the Pro Box. Yeah, I'm not gonna know these ones, but I'll zoom in for you guys. I wanna see what the questions are. I did like Starflight though, but I Never got that far into it because I always run out of gas. Let's go down here. Same Road Rash, great game, lots of fun. Who was that one? Who was that girl driver? I remember her being in that. I can't remember her name. Scud? I don't know, I don't remember. But anyway, we'll carry on here. Alright, here's the answers to the last one they had. Which, yeah, I don't remember my answers back then, so. Alright, and then over here we got Art Alive. Yeah, this was developed for the little kids, so I never had it, played it, or anything, so I can't really give an opinion on it. Galaxy Force 2, I love this in the arcade. I think I only played the stand-up version, but I remember there was a big version where you actually sit down in the cockpit and everything, and I don't know if it rotated around or not, but it was still really cool. But the Genesis version was, it was up, I mean, it was okay. It was, never could match the arcade, because like I remember on this fire stage, like in the arcade, you'd get these huge fire pillars that would come out and arch right over, and you have to kind of dodge them. But yeah, I don't think they had that in the Genesis version. And moving on to Golden Axe 2, great sequel. I feel like this was just as good as the original on Genesis. Maybe the graphics were a tweak, like a notch below, but it was still very good, very detailed. Part 3, on the other hand, that one took a hit. That one was not that great. But yeah, definitely love this game. Very fun. Good co-op game. Over here we got a basketball game. Again, sports aren't my thing. We got Back to Future 3. I think I mentioned in this last episode how this is rated one of the worst video game movie I can't even say that word. Movie adaptations. But yeah, so this one's definitely a skip. Over here we got a strategy guide for Streets of Rage, Crackshot, and Shining in the Darkness. Yeah, I'll zoom in a little bit for anybody who wants to look at this. Alright, and over here we got Battlemaster. Never played this. I think this was kind of a no, not a strategy game, so it's an action role-playing adventure. Yeah, I never played this one. It kind of reminds me of what was that? Advanced Dungeons Dragons that was on the Genesis. What was that? Legend of the Golden Sun or something like that? I can't remember. Here, I'll zoom in. The graphics look kind of similar to it. But yeah, never played this one. Alright, over here we got Mario Hockey. And then Speedball, again, both sports, never played them. So just carry on. Again, here's Pit Fighter, like the arcade version. I mean, this was, a solid attempt. I mean, it definitely took a hit when it got ported over to Genesis. I mean, the frames per second were really lacking. I mean, the animation was very choppy. I mean, it sufficed for a weekend rental a couple times, but yeah, it wasn't the greatest. And over here we got Coming Attractions. Kid Chameleon, I really enjoyed this game. I think I've mentioned it before. I really liked the little Jason Voorhees looking character. He was pretty neat. The little fly guy, he was cool. I like the Cyclone guy. And the tank guy. I think were probably my 4 favorites. I mean, they were all really cool. The only one I really didn't care for was the knight. Because every time you jump up on, say, like a platform like that, if you were too high, you would just smash right through it and you wouldn't be able to use it to get up anywhere. so it kind of was annoying, but it is what it is. Wonder Boy and Monster World. I think this is the first Wonder Boy game I actually played, because I mean it really looked nice. It had that kind of anime look to it. But I actually finished it too. But yeah, it's definitely a long game, but very fun. You know, I'll zoom in real quick. Yeah, the anime style just looked really cool. It really popped, I thought, back then. Still does now, even. Oh, here we are with Sonic the Hedgehog on Game Gear. Yeah, I did have this. I actually beat this with all the Chaos Emeralds. You know, for the Game Gear game, it was actually pretty fast, given that, you know, it's not the Genesis, but it was still really quick on the animation and everything. Graphics looked really sharp, and it sounded nice too. It wasn't terribly long either. Not as long as the Genesis version, of course, but definitely a cool game. Even the sequel is really fun. Alright, Death Duel here. I remember this ad layout, but I never played the game. It felt like it really needed a light gun, which at the time we didn't have, because it has this little crosshair that you gotta use to control with your control pad to actually kill creatures and whatnot. Same thing with like Dynamite Duke, which I did play that one a few times, and it was, you know, it was okay, but would have rather had a light gun for it. Alright, we got a baseball game on Game Gear. Let's skip over that. The Sonic Boom has begun. Here are a nice big layout for Game Gear and a bunch of games. I'll just kind of zoom in on some of the ones here. Alright, over here. Alright, next page. And TV adapter. Wish I would have got that. There you go, Lucky Dime Caper. I think I mentioned before, I did pick this up, but not until like the early 2000s. So I never really played it when it first came out, but it's still a really decent title, like I said. Right up there with Castle of Illusion on Game Gear. I haven't played any of these. Halley Wars was kind of one of the earlier shooter games. Space Harrier looked pretty nice. I don't think it played that well though. I think it was kind of choppy in the animation area. And then these other two, I couldn't tell you. Here we go with Ninja Gaiden. Never played this version. I only ever played the arcade version back then. I played the newer one on Xbox. They did the sequels, but the old arcade one was the one I remember. I never played the Nintendo version either. And over here we got Heavy Nova, Junction. Yeah, I think I've kind of gone over these. Like this one wasn't the greatest received. And then Junction, a puzzle type game on Game Gear. Yeah, not really my scene. Here's Slaughter Sport. I did say this before, that this was probably one of the worst rated fighting games on the Genesis. And to not even waste your money or time on it. Oh, here we go. Oh, this was continued from the Master System review. And for just $30. This was quite a spread for Sonic. For Game Gear. No, this is the Master System. I'll zoom in a bit here on the graphics. Yeah, very similar to the Game Gear version. Golden Axe Warrior, I never played that. It did remind me of Zelda. But, at the time it came out, I think I was already had my Genesis, so that's why I never played it. Again, power base converter, I didn't get that until the early 2000s. So we will get to the next page. Here we have a nice James Bond 3, no, James Bond 2 layout. Can you fly? Can you drive? Can you stretch up high? Can you... No, I'm out of here. Looks like it's supposed to be Sonic zipping out of there. This was a little bit of smack talking towards Sonic. But yeah, the game itself looks, it was really cool. I played it for like a second. I know I have it, but yeah, the graphics are nice. But yeah, James Bond series is always just silly good fun, I guess. And then over here we got that simulator game. Here's F-22. Oh yeah, Niles Nemo. I'll just kind of zoom in if anybody wants to read this. Oh, I think I vaguely remember that this was some kid that entered some sweepstakes a while back, and he won a chance to be in an episode or an issue of this. I think this was that issue. Oh, here we are with the artwork, which I always get a kick out of. I like the look of that one, that was pretty neat. And this Spider-Man. Over here we got Star Odyssey. This one doesn't ring a bell to me. It looks cool. But yeah, I do not recognize this one at all. Here's graphics here. It looks like an action RPG type game. Some big sprites during the fight scenes. That's pretty cool. But yeah, never even heard of this one. Oops, played it. Layout for m.a.m.e. 92. Not sure what this one is. Oh, Celebrity Connection. War Song. This one I never played either. I do remember the ads, obviously. I think this was more of a strategy type game. I'll zoom in and have a look. I don't think I ever played this one. Oh, that's kind of neat. It reminds me of Dragon Force a little bit. If you've got both your troops on both sides of the screen here and they're attacking. I might have to investigate that one a little bit. Yeah. Next page, we got hockey again. Not my thing, so I will continue on. Oh, I guess that's it. Well, alright then. I guess that's all we got. I'll see you next time. This is Retro Man Dan, and I'm out of here.